Hello. How are my Nim fam? I hope you are well. Hope you guys are all ready for Game Week 16. Just around the corner. They're coming thick and fast. I was going to do you guys a team selection video for today, but I thought, you know what? Not too sure about that, since I may actually hit the wildcard button. So yeah, because I wasn't really entirely sure what I was doing with my team, I didn't think pumping out a team selection video would be a great idea. So I thought instead I'd just come at you with another live stream. And there was quite a big request, let's say, for more live streams last time I did one, which is at the beginning of the week. It feels like ages ago now, but yeah, everyone seemed to be really keen on me to do some more, so here I am. I'm here for you. Hey Meek Davis, hey Geddy, hope you good evening, good evening. Good evening. Sold and Bummer for Palmer this week. Yeah, I've done exactly the same move myself. Welcome, David. But I'm still in consideration about whether I should hit that wild card. But for now, I really wanted to kind of go over what information we have, what's important, what's going to be helpful for us. Yeah, all of that jazz, really. You guys don't see a whole lot of that on the old screen, do you? So I'm just going to I'm gonna jazz it down a bit so you can see some more. Don't know if that's actually helping. Is it helping? Not really. I'll just move the other one over. This is live television, people. Let's pull Ben over to here. There you go. Let's see that one then. Cool. Right. Well, there's been some updates, not many updates in terms of like specifics. Yes, no, this is happening, this isn't happening kind of vibe, which is not what we want at all. We would like, yes, this person is playing, no, this person is not starting, wouldn't we really? But it never seems to work like that. So I'm just going to scroll through quite a lot. There's a second. Right, okay, so the first bit of news, I guess, for from Arteta, for anyone with Tomiyasu, is that Arteta is saying that it's not good news for Tomiyasu. Unfortunately, he is going to be out for a while, so likely to be after the winter break. I don't think there were many of us considering Tomiyasu. Most people were considering I think they were more considering kind of Zinchenko, so I don't think there was too many kind of all in. So that shouldn't be a big thing, but I just wanted to mention it anyway as a kind of Arsenal fan. I asked for good personality, good character. He is a perfect example. It's just because I visualize something, I visualize the team. That's interesting about Guardiola and Calvin Phillips, because he never gets any game time, does he? So yeah, that's other than that, it's just, I think everybody is going to be okay from the win at Luton. So your Sakas, your Odegaards, your Nellies. Looks like it's going to be okay, because a tough old game that was a tough old game. Coman will be assessed after suffering a setback on his return last night. That's a bit of a shame. Patson gets thrown in and produces a performance. The connection in the group is getting better. Moving on to West Ham, no surprises given that the last night's game finishes 12 hours. No team news to give out. we're reporting in so early, so we're waiting for them to check in, and we'll find out the next few hours. So no real update on West Ham. Klopp on McAllister, who has stitches in his knees on Wednesday. I don't expect him to be ready. Yeah, that'd be uncomfortable. I don't know about Thursday or Sunday. Alisson is back in contention after training normally on Thursday. Yeah, so we mentioned this on the stream at the beginning of the week. We also mentioned it in our ultimate guide that he was a good option, Kelleher, but only for a couple of weeks. So hey, should I get a poll going? Let's get a poll going. What are we thinking? Who? Ooh, what's happened there? Hang on. What? Where's my chat gone? Where'd my chat go? Just disappeared, just like that. What? What's going on? Okay, hang on, folks. Not sure what's going on here. Let me. There we go. Got you back. Got you back. It was mild panic for a few seconds, but we got you back. Got you back. Right, let's try that again, shall we? Should we try that again? Poll. Start poll. Who are you captaining? Salah. Haaland. Other. Are you being brave and going somewhere else? Cool. Yeah, so where were we? We'll wait and see. Yeah, no, it's annoying. Annoying as anything, the wait and see, isn't it? Okay. From Wednesday. Joel Matip has been ruled out for the remainder of the season following a setback. Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually really like interesting in terms of like FPL as well. So Klopp says it's not that serious, but in that period of the year, if you were out for 5 days, it could be 12 games pretty much. I mean, a little kind of dramatic, but he's right. Like you know, you could be missing out on a fair few games. Okay, here's the one that everyone was waiting on, the Sun news. Tottenham entertain Newcastle this weekend, and Ange has spoken already. Appears to limit up. Yeah, we'll see how Sonny is. He was a bit sore after the game. We'll wait and see what the outcome in terms of Sunday. There's nothing apart from Sonny that looks too serious from the defeat to West Ham. So there's two ways you could read that. That could be there's nothing really, just apart from, you know, Sonny feeling a bit sore, and everything's going to be fine. Or you could read that there's nothing serious with anyone else apart from Sonny, who is serious. And then, yeah, so that's a tough one. That's a tough one because Sun starting or not starting pretty much decides whether or not I wildcard this week, I think. Yeah, Romero's back. He might feature on a wildcard if I was doing one. Madueke looks to be the only change in the Chelsea treatment room. Everton news. Ghana will be available. Just an update on Buemo, guys. It's going to be a few weeks. He's going to be out for a few weeks. So if you've got him, time to shift him on, unless you've got other fires elsewhere. just checking in. Jehl, welcome. Fanue, welcome. Animations. I like the Bowen move, actually. That's a good shout. I was considering it myself, but I really like Chelsea's fixtures, so that's why I went with Palmer. But I was considering going back to Bowen for sure. So, yeah. That's a good shout. If you are new around here, I don't think any of you are, but if you are secretly watching and not getting involved in the chat, then I would absolutely love it if you could sub to the channel. So we're trying really, really hard to get to the 7K before the end of the year. And we are now 65 subs away. So yeah, anything you can do to help out the channel, mightily grateful. Coleman will be checked on tomorrow. Pickford kind of kicked the ball and then he was limping afterwards. He was kind of holding his knee and yeah, he didn't look great, but they're saying it doesn't look too serious. Oh, hello. Pep believes De Bruyne could return before the end of the year. I think he has started to run on the pitch but hasn't trained with us once. The FIFA Club World Cup is in 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe it's a bit early, but I don't know. That'd be interesting. It'd be great to have De Bruyne back for the double game week. But then could he play both? Would he play both? Just makes me think that there's going to be even more Pep roulette on the way. Yeah, there's not much from Emery. You can't really, as I say, you can't really expect too much coming from there, to be honest. Mings are only known. Any Lascelles news? That's the other reason I might wildcard. Lewis Dunk and Dayhand return after their suspensions. Lallana is available. Pedro Neto is still working on his fitness with his fitness coach, and the plan is probably to do around 1 more week with him. Yeah, it's not quite there yet. Did I see any Newcastle news? Brentford. No, I haven't seen any from Ben. Think I heard on the grapevine that Lascelles has a dead leg, so that could be an issue. Could have gone Gordon, but Bowen is a bit different when most will go for Gordon. Yeah, I completely agree, and Gordon's form away is just terrible, to be honest. Enzo, Wiley, just coming straight in there with that. Straight in. Right. So, this is the team. Nimfam, this is the team. Do you want to see how I've got lined up first before I talk you through whether or not I would wildcard? Probably the best, isn't it? This is what I've got lined up like at the min. At Le Min. So, dub against Tottenham just because I am now sick of Johnston. Thoroughly sick of him. He's like, that's it. He's done. He's dusted. Like, if I can never play him again, we'll never be too long. He had his chance last week and he snuffed it. So Saliba probably gets the shout. Not really expecting anything, but hey ho. I've put your doggy in over Lascelles just because of that old dead leg. And I guess that would then depend on whether Sonny... I think if I heard any news that Sonny wasn't playing, I'd be more tempted to try and do the double up on the Newcastle defence. But yeah, otherwise, It is what it is. My defence is shocking, guys. It is utterly shocking. Just punting on Tsimikas in the hope that because he didn't start midweek that he'll start on the weekend. I mean, it doesn't seem to be an issue in any way with him. Klopp did say he couldn't play every game, so it does just seem like he rested him. So yeah, I think that's all that was. Got the captaincy on Salah at the moment, between Salah and Haaland. No, the thing is, Luton, after watching them against Arsenal, I'm a bit like, you know, they're tight at home, man. Luton have got that place locked down. They got it locked down. Whereas I've owned Johnson now for some time, and I happen to know that Palace are terrible at home at the moment with their injuries. Sorry, McDavies. So little tempted by Salah, not gonna lie. Have already done Bremo to Palmer. Just really like Palmer's fixtures. Yeah, he's just ticking away, getting goals from open play now as well as from pens. So I don't see any reason why, why not to go there. Sonny obviously is the potential issue here for those of you that have just joined the stream. We haven't had any real news on Son. It's not been the biggest update. We have had an update, but it's a bit of a weird one. So yeah, we'll see how Sonny is. He was a bit sore after the game. We'll wait and see what the outcome is in terms of Sunday. There's nothing apart from Sonny that looks too serious from the defeat to West Ham. Now, what you make of that is up to you. There's nothing apart from Sonny that looks too serious. To me, that suggests that Sonny looks serious. Now, I have seen videos of Sonny on the bench, and he did not look a happy bunny, like they were kind of trying to attend to him and he was crying and all sorts. But then he did do a post-match interview as well. So he did say he got a knock, I think he said on the bone, but they haven't had time to assess it yet. So I'm not sure what you guys make of that at all. But I can see there's a few more of you that have joined now, so thank you so much. Please do like and subscribe. We are 65, I believe, away from 7k, so it'd be great to get there. Hey John, how you doing? Lucky Rice kept my points at average. You've got Rice in your team. Well done, buddy. I've got him in my Sky team. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is I've made a couple of drafts of the Wildcard, and I thought I would just run them by you guys. I'm gonna have to get them up on my phone because I kind of screenshotted them. So this is like the sticking with the similar formation that we've got now. So I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing here with this, but I was thinking just because of the great fixtures that Sanchez could be a shout. Now Chelsea have been conceding, but compared to Johnstone, Sanchez is still getting at least two points, maybe threes. And if you look at when he had some decent games last, Bournemouth, Villa, Fulham, that was, 10, 4, 7, and he's about to hit a nice run of these green fixtures. So yeah, if I was wildcarding this week, I would maybe take a bit of a punt on Sanchez, though the argument is there, maybe I just go much cheaper and I just play Dubravka for the absolute foreseeable, and stick an Areola or something in. I would keep Saliba in this draft. However, this whole back line is what would get changed. we would have Robinson. Now, what I'm trying to achieve here with so many games over Christmas is, if I was wildcarding now rather than going all the way to game week 20, would be to have a bench that I could call upon, because I would need them. Now, not sure whether I'd go Porro or Romero. I prefer Porro, but I think he's tight on yellow cards. Now, the other thing I was thinking with this back line is that Everton face Burnley next game week, as does, and then there's a game week break, and then Fulham have Burnley. Who plays Burnley in between? Everton. So be Mikalenko. We'd play him for Burnley, and then we'd have Robinson for Burnley. So we get 2 Burnleys. Probably prefer it if they were away rather than at home, but it's 2 Burnleys. Then I would keep these for the same, but I think if I knew more about Son, my thing is with Sonny is that he looked great against City, right? And now we've got this knock. If he's out for Newcastle, it's just 1 game, then you would want him for Forest and Everton. Probably Bournemouth. That said, he's really struggled without Maddison. So what I was initially thinking is then this could be like a Bowen. Is what I was initially thinking. The problem is I've only got 1 transfer this week, and I've already used that transfer to sort out Bowen. So if I got any news that Sonny wasn't playing, do you know what? I actually probably wouldn't go Bowen this week. If I was wildcarding this week, I'd take a 1-week punt on Matoma against Burnley. And then I would, and then I would move him on to Bowen, or I quite like Chang as well. So that would be that one. Let me know what you think of draft A. And then the other one I was thinking is a little similar. It would be keeping Simicast because we know he's going to play few games. Romero, these are more for attacking threats rather than clean sheets at the moment. It would be Matoma / Bowen, but I was thinking of going with Solanke. I mean, it would make my bench extremely strong. Who am I? What have I done here that I shouldn't have done? Why? Oh, I'd have to not have Lascelles. Trippier, sorry. I would have Livramento instead. So they're my 2 options. Sticking with 5 in midfield or going 3 up top if I were to wildcard today. My whole aim about wildcarding today would be to make sure that I've got enough cover. For the Christmas period with my bench. Yes, both of these teams are going to be a benching headache every week, but I would rather that off of the back of a wild card than trying to worry about being able to get players in. If I do not play my wild card, this week, as in like tonight / tomorrow morning, then unless I'm really desperate, I will try and hold on to it until game week 20 and try and purge my team of a lot of the kind of AFCON and Asia Cup players then, rather than holding on to them all. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Oh, hello, lots to chat. Let me end this poll. Haaland has won that comfortably. And I'm going to start another one. I'm going to say, which wildcard do you prefer? Question mark. Wildcard 1. 5-man. Wildcard 1, wildcard 2. This is wildcard 2, by the way. You can scroll back a little bit. So yeah, that is that poll. My hair's gone really fluffy because I washed it this morning. Okay, and it's absolutely tipping down outside as well. Hey guys, there are 20 of you watching. If you could like the stream, that would be amazing. If you could share it, that'd be fabulous. And if any of you just happen to be lurking and haven't subscribed yet, please do. We're 65 away from that 7k, so it'd be absolutely amazing. Yeah, so let's get back to the chat. What's been going on? Hey Nuclear. Very potentially, Jermaine, very potentially. Kudos is great to Chicken to go there, I don't think it's bad. Nuclear, did you get Mylenko in based on my ultimate guide? I hope so. Eddie got, thank you. 1 free transfer. Bammer to Gordon. Should I do a -4 Martinelli to Bowen if Son is fit? Who to start? Okay, first of all, no. I know we said I think we said we spoke about Nelly last week, didn't we? I think we had a little thing, and we were a bit like, like maybe ship him out next week after Luton, but Nelly looked great again. It's the hit every time. I'm a bit like Bowen would have to go big for you in order to. He'd have to go big for you. Yes, John, I still have my wildcard. It's literally because when everyone did the wildcard 1, I had 2 free transfers, and the wildcard pretty much looked a lot like my team anyway. Barring a -4, so 3 transfers I think it was. So I just took the -4, and that seemed to work out well. And very similarly happened again with when a lot of people went the second time around with the wild card. I just was like 1 or 2 players off of what everyone was pretty much wild carding into. It was just the fringe players really. So I decided just to kind of keep it and not just use it for the sake of using it, and I've just got to the point where I still have it. Mainly for a week like this, I guess, where potentially I could have three players that have been injured. So Buemo, Lascelles potentially has a dead leg, and Sonny. But the thing I'm not adverse to hitting it. It's just that because we do not know whether Son is playing or not, I don't want to. The whole wild card is better if Son is sold. Does that make sense? So without knowing how long he's out for, because if he's going to miss a game or two, right? If he's like, if Sonny is like so injured that he misses like Newcastle and Forest, Everton who's slightly tightened at the back, then I'm just not convinced he's needed like it would be a big call. I'd be massively going against the crowd. It would be much, much easier to sell him around here, knowing that he's off to the Asia Cup around here. So if I can make it to game week 20, granted, I'd need his funds. I'd just have to suck it up for 1 week and know that he was going to struggle, right? That he was going to be going soon, right? So if I can get to game week 20, which is what I've really been trying to do this wild card, I'm feeling like I can use the wild card to refresh my team. The likes of Salah and Son can go. Like it just feels, especially now that blank isn't really an issue because Buemo's gone now. So there's only Haaland and he can easily be benched, right? I think if Buemo was still in it, then there'd be a lot more kind of choice about whether we're selling players and keeping players or rotating players, benching players. That discussion isn't needed anymore now that Buemo is injured, unfortunately. So, what was the other question? Start Areola or Dubravka? Who do West Ham have this week? United. Newcastle have Luton. I would start Dubravka. I'm starting Dubravka. Wait, no, I've gone ahead there. Sorry, I went ahead. I was going to say Newcastle do not have Luton this week. They have Spurs. Oh my gosh, it's actually raining cats and dogs. It's not actually raining cats and dogs, but it is tipping down here. Actually tipping down. Tough game because Fulham's at home as well, and you don't know about that Areola injury. I think Dubravka. 43 points. Eddie, don't ask me. Go with your gut. You smashed me this week. I think it's great to use your wild card to have Everton options. They have been great this season, but not in many teams, just flying under the radar with all the template content on YouTube. I agree. They are. They didn't start well, but they're getting there now. When is Tony available? We bringing him in once he's available. It's New Year, right? I think, and then I guess it depends on their fixtures. So, right, so the end of January. So 20th of January. It's not even early January, so you could like switch some people like who are off to AFCON and stuff. Back against Forest, and then it's Spurs, Man City, Wolves, Liverpool. Don't love it. I think you could look at him like around here again, maybe 30, 31 time. All very much depends, I guess, on Buemo as well, because I don't know what Tony'd be like without Buemo. Brennan Johnson asked John. He looks good, right? My Welshie, fellow Welshie. I am a form player. I'm a form FPL player. I like to see results before going for a player. But he looks good. He looks good. Nigel says Romero is great for attacking returns and bonus points, but he's a liability for rash tackles and red card. Absolutely. I think it's just that it kind of worked out the cheapness of this team. Anything to get rid of you, doggy. Oh, you're welcome, Eddie. Isn't Mitoma going to the Asia Cup? Yes, he is. But if I was wildcarding, it would just be a 1 week punt. So I know it's kind of booking in a transfer next week, but I think I would, yeah, I'd literally just stick him in for the week, knowing that I've wildcarded. Enjoy the fruits of whatever labour that may or may not come, since I remember a lot of people went to him a few weeks back in that nice run of fixtures he had and didn't really get very much out of this Fulham to Sheffield United time. But I'd just take a punt on him for 1 week and then he'd go straight to Bowen. Probably. It's booking in a transfer, but I guess if you're wildcarding, you may as well have a bit of fun with it, right? Kudos is now surely a team option. Yep, I think Kudos is a great pick. Oh, no way, Nigel. Yes, we did. We did. Oh, that's cool. So we met at Fest. It's my first ever time at Fest. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Would like to go to another one at some point. Yeah, it was good. It's good to meet you. Bringing in all AFCON and Asia Cup players. Yes, that includes Salah. Been in them, sorry. None of them will want injuries before those tournaments. Salah eased off last time and I expect it again. Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. It's a good shout. If Sonny had... I wish I knew. I genuinely wish. So I'm saying that I would wildcard this week. There's every potential that I could wildcard next week. If Son didn't play this weekend, I think that would potentially do it for me. Yes, it could mean he's back next weekend, but then look, he has lovely fixtures, but he hasn't been like throwing it out the water since Maddison has left, right? So if he misses Forest, Everton have been better at home. We're just talking about getting Everton defence in, right? So you'd think, Then he has Brighton away, which is a good fixture for anybody, let's be fair, would probably be behind the sofa for that one. And then even if he did, which I'm not sure he would, even if he did play for Bournemouth at home, Bournemouth, the Cherries can be a difficult team, right? You guys all preferred wildcard 1, which was it was Trippier. So what's good about this is even if I don't use it this week, there's every potential that it can be used again next week. You know, with the same thought processes behind them, right? Because we're getting this team in for a couple of weeks. Why is that being weird? Robinson, that's who I had. And then we didn't have Solanke, we kept Archer, and then we left that spot open for a Mitoma Bowen switch. What would you guys like to see a poll on? Let me know and I'll stick one up for you guys. Tiger and Guna, welcome, welcome. Dubravka or Areola in goal. Tough one. Did we get any news on Areola? Did we get any news on Areola? So I think he was close to a return, right? Pretty sure I saw that he was close to a return. I think Fulham's got that match. At home as well. I think I'd still go with Dubravka. I think on paper, Areola's fixture looks better, but I think I'd lean towards Dubravka. Almiron or Palmer? Palmer. I think weekly progression should be made to use transfers to offload the ones in our teams. If not, all of us are going to take unnecessary hits. Yeah, so that's where me saving the wildcards game week 20 would give me a massive advantage, because there'd be a fair few people having to like use their next wildcard very early or chase their tail a little bit, trying to kind of get Salah out, get Son out, blah 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 blah, for the risk of maybe 2 weeks kind of points wise, or even setting my team up as much as I can without selling one of those big players in game week 20, and then knowing that I've literally just got to off that, like, get off of one of them, lose just one of them, whichever one I feel out of Son and Salah, like, I can leave a game week 20. That's the advantage of keeping it that long. It's going to be a very strange game without no Son or Salah, or it's going to be very weird. John, I'm considering Gordon, Porro from Bemo and Anderson, 2 free transfers. Should I take the -4 to get Livramento for Lascelles too? Do you need to play Livramento or Lascelles this week, John? If not, then I wouldn't take the hit. That's the other thing. That's the other problem I got as well, is Lascelles. Ugh. Thing is, when you look at my team this week, apart from the sunny yellow, it's not awful. I wonder if I could try squeeze one more game week out of it and then reassess. I would have loved to have not had to have made a transfer this week and to have rolled it. If I could have done that, I think I would have been nailed in game week 20 wildcard. I think not really the Mbemo injury, and now not really know my son. It's making it very difficult knowing whether to hit or not. Let me ask you guys. Would you wild card this week with this team? Yes. No. Not sure. Sinchenko. So not much of great options available. The thing is, it's only a dead leg, right? Good little massage on that, and the cells would be away, surely. Be fine. Let me see if I've got anything. Bearing in mind that second wildcard, lads and lasses, means the one with Solanke in, I should have said this while I was doing the poll, means that I'm not just playing Haaland up top for that blank game week. It means I've got Solanke too. Dead leg, 75% chance of playing. Thing is, if you make that switch of Lascelles to Livramento for the -4, you've got to hope that Lascelles doesn't start. Then you've got to hope that Livramento gets at least a clean sheet to even that -4. And then you want him to do something else on top of that. I don't know. John, I'm just putting this out there. Not that I'm against you getting rid of Lascelles, but especially with us not knowing at the moment about that injury. But I'm just wondering, would you not maybe want to consider moving Anderson on instead? If you're going to take the -4, do you want Anderson long term? I mean, Palace for me, I've got Jon Snow. They've kind of fallen off of the cliff defensively because of all their injuries. So with that in mind, I don't know, if you're going to take a -4, I wonder if it should be for somebody. Like, are you going to play Anderson this week? Do you have 3 Newcastle? Could you get Livramento in? I guess you wouldn't want to double up this week, could you? No, don't do that. Zinchenko should be fine. Oh, you're selling Anderson. Okay, I'm rereading this wrong. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. Although, Porro, I think... Let me check the yellow cards for Porro. Because I think that's why I did Romero in that second draft. Because I think Porro might be on 4. Mind you, I had I keep saying David. I kept having Louise in my team, and he was on 4 yellows for like forever and was absolutely fine. Still on those 4 yellows, I think. 5. Oh, so did he serve his suspension? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, I'm looking at assists. What am I doing? Yellow cards, yellow cards, yellow cards, yellow cards. Ha, 3. No, he's okay. Yeah, I like it. I like Porro. Definitely get Porro in, Anderson. And I'm assuming you've got Palmer. So I love those 2 moves, absolutely. Then Hecky, could you maybe sell him? Animations, I don't think Wildcard Team Sun, I reckon, will do something, and you've got core players people want. I agree, and thank you. And that is winning the poll at the moment as well. Should I get Palmer from Buemo? Ian, yes. Buemo's going to be out for a good few weeks now, so it doesn't have to be Palmer, but I would definitely consider moving him on. So yeah, unfortunately. There are 17 of you. If you could make sure you've liked, that'd be fabulous. And as I say, I think we're 30, what did I say, 65 away from the 7k? 60, that kind of rhymes, but I don't want it to stay like that. 65 away from the 7k. Yeah. Ooh! 64 away. Thank you. You guys are legends, absolute legends. See, I was gonna put the video up, but I would have missed out on all this interaction, you know, and I'm loving the interaction at the moment. Loving it. Just join the public league. Oh, thanks, John. It's just for fun. You know how content creators can really kind of like be like, join my league, I'll give you like this many prizes or whatever. Join my channel to enter my league and get whatever. And I'm just like, just come and have a bit of fun. Come and have a bit of fun. Just join the league and have a bit of fun. That's what it's about. Oh Lord, I wish I showed you this week and not last week, sorry. Last week on Tuesday rather than now. Ugh. So the person at the top of my league currently is Richard the Ace. 980 points. Wowzers. Go on, son. Go on, son. It's epic. Cunha's been great every week, hasn't he? Ooh, some nice little differentials here. Ooh, reeling though, reeling. Imagine having Sanchez on the bench over. Well, I guess Keller's still got a clean sheet, didn't he? Maguire, who's been ticking away nicely with the old 5 points. Fair dues. Fair dues. 980 and I am 904. 70 something away. What rank are they? No way. They 9. Whoa, 911. So from me to the top 1k is 70 something points. That's interesting little stat. That's interesting. Do we think we can make that up? Top 1k, 70 points. Doesn't feel like much, but if you could chip away, the problem is then people are moving away from you all the time, aren't they? They have been comically bad recently. Oh, the defense in general has been bad, hasn't it? Like literally so bad this season. Like unbelievably, especially the last few weeks in particular, just feels sickening how bad they've been. Just don't feel like there's a clean sheet coming from anywhere. £5.5 million at the moment and have aspirations. What are your aspirations for Jay? Come on. Let's get you out of those 5 million. Come on, guys. Let's get let's get Vijay out of the 5.5 millions and help him into the 4 million club. Tell us your team again, Vijay. We'll see what we can do to help. John, yeah, but he's also on the verge of another booking anytime. I'm sure we'll do well before getting another booking. Porro, we talking about? Probably. But they will get wiped soon, surely. Oh, I'm sorry you're having a bad time, Nige. Sorry you're having a bad time. Everybody like and subscribe if you don't already. That'd be amazing. Thank you. Even Rhys James, a disappointment. Many owners that jumped on him. Yeah, I mean, James can be a bit like that anyway. If I wasn't to wildcard, what would my transfer be? Animations. The reason I'm considering potential wildcard is because I've already made my transfer. So I already did Mbuemo to Parma last night before Parma went up. So that is my transfer, and that is why I kind of need Sun news. Because if Sonny's out, then that's when I'd pull the wildcard trigger. If he's fine, or we think he's going to get some game time, then I'll probably just try and eke it through a couple more game weeks. Try get to that game week 20. Unless I have an absolute horror show again this weekend. Then I do like the idea of having that Robinson Myelenko double defence going from one to the other for Burnley. So yeah. Come on, Vijay, let's help you out, buddy. Get back to us. So 60% of you feel like I should not wildcard, which is nice. That's nice to know. That's nice to know. Do you think I'm a bit mad for captain in Salah? As a Johnston owner, I have known the pain. I've known the pain of owning him. I think people are shying away from Salah because he didn't do well last game week in an easier fixture. Don't know whether that's a good reason enough to shy away from him for captaincy. That said, Palace is so bad in defence at the moment. Like, even worse than City. Like, probably Brighton level of bad. Oh, it's tempting. It's going to be a horrible watch, though, because Salah is... Oh, he's the early kickoff as well. So if he does nothing there, waiting all the way until 2 o'clock on Sunday to see whether Haaland is going to finish me off would not be fun. At least we're not going to have this headache in a couple of weeks' time when they all go off to like AFCON and stuff. It'll be like Haaland versus anyone else in your team that you like the fixture of. So basically perma captain Haaland again, pretty much, probably. Oh, so just see, it was nothing wrong with a few hits here or there, but yeah, 51 chances a lot. Maybe wait them out a little bit. Do you feel, John? Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a great point. I think I'll end up if it's any consolation, I will probably end up on Haaland captaincy. I'm pretty sure I will. Just because I'm chicken. Just because I think, I don't know, but Luton at home, I bet they're good, man. They've been all right. Look what they did to Arsenal, man. Look what they did to Arsenal. They had us in their back pocket. Did score 4 past them though, didn't we? So it'll be. I will captain Haaland. I will do it. I just don't. The main reason for doing it is I just don't want to watch that early kickoff with Salah not getting anything, and then having to wait until 2 o'clock on Sunday to wait and see. I'd much rather the other way around. Yeah. I think we probably need to be more worried about Liverpool at this point. I think they're probably more direct competition. Did she just say that? I did. Right, you lovely lot. It's been a whole hour and it's been a fabulous hour, but I think I probably should go bugger off now and let you guys to your afternoon. So just to summarise, most of you are captaining Haaland. Let's go through the polls quickly. So we've got 70% of you on Haaland, only 20% of you on Salah. You think that if I were to wildcard, you prefer wildcard 1, which was sticking with the 2 up top, with Archer, and going with Trippier in defence. I slightly lean towards wildcard 2 just because it means in the blank game week I would have Solanke to be able to go 2 up top. And bench Haaland comfortably, knowing that I have a 2 up top situation if I want it like I've got now, and play 5 in midfield and not have to worry about relying on any defence. But it was close. It was very, very close. It was 60-40. And then last step, it was, would you wildcard? And 60% of you said no. 30% of you said yes, and 10% of you were not sure. So thank you all so much, guys. You've been amazing. Just to kind of say, we'll just do a quick sub check, but I really appreciate the couple of people who have stuck the sub down today. Thank you all so much. We're now only 63 away, so very, very much appreciate. Why my subs haven't been popping up today on the stream like they normally do, I do not know, so I can only apologise for that. Normally they would appear on screen when the subs happen, but I'll hopefully sort that out for you guys next stream. But good luck, green arrows, and yeah, I will keep you guys informed. If I end up doing a panic wildcard, I will let you know here on my community post. So if you're subbed and hit that notification bell, you should get a notification if I put a community post out, and I will also tweet it and probably Insta it. But look, guys, if I can help it, then Gameweek 20 is when I'd really like to do the wildcard, set me up for the hopefully that early part of the year with so many players going off to, you know, other competitions. So that's where I'd really like to use it, but I'm not gonna cut my nose off to spite my face if it needs it this week because of Sun, or even next week because of Sun. Because if Sunny's out, we get any news that Sunny's out this week or next week, for me, I can use those funds readily elsewhere, especially in my defence. So if that's the case, then I will be I'll be hitting the wildcard. So I would definitely let you guys know. And all being well, I'll be back. There should be some sort of shorts over the weekend, and then be back with you with a video hopefully on Monday. So see you next time, everybody. Until then, Nymphria out.
We